What's up, guys? Welcome to another video on this series. Today, by the request of a viewer, I'm going to do a little timer between each round. So before zombies spawn, we're gonna have a little timer with a time that we can choose for us to prepare to the next round. And I'm first gonna start to explain a couple of things. So I already did the tutorial, but I forgot that I didn't click record up here. So I fucked up. I did everything, and then when I went to turn it off, I started recording because I didn't click. So sorry about that, but I'm gonna do a step-by-step guide so you can guys see exactly what I did. And another thing is, guys, I'm gonna have to officially declare that this tutorial series cannot be for more than one player. It has to be for single player, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the couple of last videos that I did, I only tested with one player. So when I was doing this, thinking that I was recording, I tried with 2 players, and I noticed that it didn't replicate. So you can see there are problems there, and like when we kill zombies, it doesn't update on the client, etc. Because I'm doing this wrong. So basically, I tested like the host and the host and like the connecting is all working, but this logic, the advancing to the next round, checking for zombies, doesn't really work on network. And I forgot that I was doing this like for more than one player, although I kept replicating the variables. I'm gonna have to apologize for that, but I did so many things that redoing everything to work on multiplayer will require for me to basically restart the series, which I'm not gonna do. I'm just gonna declare this to be single player, although we have like a server and lobby system. I'm going to declare the gameplay itself to only be for single player. And I will do, probably the next tutorial series that I will do will be on how to replicate the game. So I'm gonna do more simple stuff and explain from the start how replicating works. So I'm gonna apologize for that again, and I hope you guys understand. Like I'm very new to this. I do these tutorials on the fly, like I forgot, and now it's too late to redo everything. So I apologize. But let's get to the timer that I talked about. So the first thing that you're gonna have to do is going to our PC gameplay, and when we keep spawning zombie, and then when the for loop ends, we're gonna check if all the zombies are dead, and then I'm going to have to first drag from true and create a do once, and from the completed you're gonna create a new delay. You're gonna promote this duration to a variable, so this is going to be the amount of seconds that you're going to have to wait. And then just create another variable called countdown active ? And drag it on between, like you can see here. Set it to true, leave the default value to false. After the timer or the delay is done, set it to false again, so we can reset the countdown active, because once this is completed, we're going to set the countdown active to false, and we're going to advance to the next round. And when we advance to the next round, in the end of all this, drag from it and connect to the reset, so these do ones can be used again. And the reason that I have this do once here is because this function is being called every second, I believe, or every 0.5 seconds, and the delay will be resetting constantly. So this do once is needed, but we will easily reset it. After that, we're gonna want to display the system working in real time. So go into your display round info, go into your designer, and just duplicate one of the texts, bring it up front, or any place that you want, and then go to text, create a new bind, call that bind a timer bind, and over there the only thing that you're gonna have to do is create a new variable over here called timer. It's a float, leave its default value to 0, doesn't matter. Drag from it and create a new truncate. This is going to transform the decimals, a decimal number to an entire number, so it's only like 0, 1, 2, 3 instead of points like having decimals. Just create a new append, do time for next round, and on B connect the truncate. Then connect the return value to the return node. This will be automatically created, and you have your bind set up. The second bind is back down over on this text to its visibility. So just create a new bind, call it timer visibility, and then go over here, create a new variable. It's going to be a boolean, default to false. Drag from it, create a branch, and if it's true, if the countdown is active, so it's counting down, we're going to show the timer. If it's false and the countdown is not active, we're going to hide the text. Now we're going to have to go into our event graph, and you're going to have to go and type in event construct. From it, get downing player, cast to our PC gameplay, and from there get our timer and set the timer variable that you've created to that one, and then set timer by event, like that. This one not by function name, by event. Drag from the event and create a new custom event, call it timer countdown, and if the countdown is active, drag from over here. We are going to set our timer, we're going to get our timer, do a -1 on it, float minus float, and then set it again. From the false, we're going to get our owning player, cast to our PC gameplay, and remember to convert to purecast, get the timer and set the timer again. This is used so when the countdown disappears, we are going to reset it back to the default value. In this case is 5. Otherwise it will, on the next round, it's going to start counting down from 0, and we don't want that. We want to reset it. And we're going to need to update our countdown active on the event tick. So as we did up here, you can just select both of them and Control C, Control V, get the countdown active, and set the one here in the widget. Doing that, I believe everything is going to work as expected. Let me just check if I forgot something. Ignore this. I was testing around some stuff. Ignore this. You're not going to have that. You don't need to do any of this. And I believe we have everything we need. So I already tested this. I already know it works, but I can just show you the first round. Sorry, let me set this to one player. Again, sorry about this, but it's gonna have to be single player from now on. One player. I'm going to start. Let me just wait around. Again, I'm going to do next to this series, after we do weapons and like buying obstacles and stuff like that, I'm going to do a new series. When I started, it's going to be about replication, and I'm just going to do a start from the basic replication tutorial. So if you don't know how to replicate at all, I'm going to do a video on it. But as you can see, time for next round appears, it counts down, and the zombie info display updates, and they're gonna spawn and come for me. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know where they're gonna come from. There you go. And there's no need for me to keep playing. You guys can keep playing and see that it works. It works on infinite rounds, and the only thing that you have to do is go into our timer and change it to whatever time you want. It's gonna work anyway. And I'm gonna leave it for this video. It's gonna be a bit short, but I'm sorry again. I already said sorry a dozen times, but mistakes were made, and it's gonna have to be single player. I'm not sure what I'm going to work on replication exactly, but I think I'm just gonna do a normal shooter or something like that. I will replicate the health variables and like maybe physics or something like that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it for this video. On the next one, I'm going to make sure we can use our score for anything, and I'm probably going to work on obstacles first, so you can like have an obstacle or a door, and you can waste your score to open the door. And next from that, I think I'm going to do gonna start doing weapons, so you can buy weapons. It's logic to fire. Yeah, that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.